Welcome to your Week 6 announcements, TE 869 students. I really enjoyed our discussions about collaboration and assessment this week. It's great to hear what you all are doing that really works, and to see those light bulbs go on when you get new ideas. Speaking of collaboration, the Information Literacy Integration Project is due this week. Follow the instructions under Week 6. It's a good idea to check out the examples, the samples, and the grading criteria before you upload your project. I've included a planning template based on the AASL 21st Century Standards. Now, I've had a couple people ask me about how to create the assessment tools for this project, so I'd like to clarify. The Content Standards Assessment is the rubric or checklist you would use to verify that students understand the content of the lesson. The history, the social studies, the science, the English, etc. That's the part that the teacher is primarily teaching, and the teacher is usually responsible for this assessment tool. The Information Literacy Assessment is the tool you would use to verify students understand how to do the process of information literacy, and it is primarily the responsibility of the school librarian. Both of these tools should be customized for the integrated lesson or unit you and the teacher are teaching together. I've included an AASL 21st Century Standards checklist template under Week 6. Now, as you use this, you figure out the steps the students are taking that are information literacy steps in the project you're co-teaching with the teacher. These tasks or skills then are listed here, and I've created this template so that you can type it sideways. Then you use 21st century learner standards and benchmarks to figure out which of these fit the tasks that the students are completing. You put in the project name and the topic, and you're good to go to put in student names later when you're ready to use this. Now, this is your information literacy assessment, and the way you use it is when you're teaching the lesson or unit, you use it to see which of the students are actually mastering these different skills and tasks. And if they're not, then you'd reteach. Oftentimes I would pull out a group of 5 or 6 children that didn't seem to be getting this particular task, and we would work on it together. Sometimes right during the time that the other students were working. Sometimes I'd pull them out separately. And that way you help students reach mastery using your assessment tool. Now, some people visualize differently, so I've included one other type of information literacy assessment sample in Blackboard. You can create your own from this one if it makes more sense to you. As always, email me if you have any questions. Now, this is a reminder you'll need to read a fantasy or a historical fiction novel for Week 8. It's a good idea to make sure it'll fit into your customized literature plan. Now, these are always great discussions, and be prepared for a good time. Now, I have to confess to you that I'm a very big fantasy fan, if you haven't been able to tell already from discussion boards. I am a card-carrying member of the International Wizard of Oz Club, as a matter of fact, and I have many collectible items about the Wizard of Oz, and I'd like to share just a few with you. I have this wonderful Dorothy plate, and it's collectible plates, a bunch of them, but I'll just show you this one. I have a little record, actually 2 or 3 records, but this is the one I'll show you, of the Wizard of Oz. It looks like this one's from the 50s, but I've never been able to verify. And here's a program from the Ozmopolitan Convention that I went to in the Chicago area. There's quite a few Wizard of Oz fans in that area. So if you ever get a chance to get up there, it would be a fun time. Now, I'm sure that several of you have collections that you have concerning fantasy or historical fiction. I'm thinking there might be someone out there with Little House on the Prairie collectibles. You know, there's a lot of Harry Potter fans and Hunger Games coming up as well. So share with us on the discussion board during Week 8. No discussion board postings are due this week, however. Happy writing and reading